All right, we're running a little bit early, so give us a few minutes because we're getting everything ready for the startup competition. We have to get the jury in place and the startups, which are waiting. So give us just a few minutes and we're going to begin with the competition.
Something just happened to me as I was having my cup of tea. Suddenly I was feeling depressed. I was totally and totally stressed.
Okay, well, this is the moment that we've been waiting for. The top 10 finalists of South Summit 2018, including the winner of Enlighted 2018. So, the way this is going to work, we have a jury up front. They are going to be witnessing a 3-minute presentation from each of the teams, and then we're going to have 1 minute for Q&A. Let's begin. Our first startup is in the energy sector. They're from Portugal. Can you imagine a device that plugs in as a house appliance into a socket and has a solar panel that can produce energy for you to use in the house at any time? Well, that's what they do. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Beyond.
That was the best intro of my life. Thank you. So I'm Rui from Beyond, and we are turning a solar panel into your next house appliance. You can actually plug it into any wall socket, just like your fridge or your TV. But why do we do this? Because the energy sector is moving from big power plants that are far away, expensive to transport the energy to your home, to prosumer-based models based on you. Utilities want to provide you energy, not just energy, but services around it. But they need a foot in the door. You need to care about energy. So they don't have any solution how to do this. We think we got it. Our solution is a kit that comes like this. It can be installed anywhere you want, in your garden, in your balcony, in your rooftop, you name it. And it's as simple as this. It comes in a box to you, like that. You simply unfold it in the place where you want it, and it comes with a power cord, just like your TV, and you plug it into the next wall socket. So the energy comes from the sun through your solar panel and goes into that wall socket to your house. This is the key realization that we had. The wall socket can be used not just to take out energy for your TV and fridge, but you can use it in the reverse way to put energy through the house wires to all the house appliances that are using energy right now. This is energy that you have from your solar panel. You don't need to buy it from your electrical company. So you get really low electrical bills at the end of the month. And I think we all appreciate that. So this is our patent. We are the only company in the world that can plug solar panels into wall sockets safely, which is a breakthrough. And not just it can be used as a house appliance, it is at the cost of a house appliance. It doesn't cost $10,000, 10,000 euros. It costs 250 euros. So anyone in this room can own your power plant and produce your very own renewable energy. For this reason, we are growing really fast, doubling every year in revenue, and going to 3 million this year. A lot of homes with our system is going really well, and this is just the beginning. Just this year, a new European law has been launched to say that every new home in Europe needs to have a renewable power source. We are by a factor of 2 better than the next best company in terms of price, in terms of accessibility, in terms of facility to install the system, in terms of reliability. A warranty is 10 years. Super long, super efficient, no return so far, 4 years in a row. It's fantastic. So we have been winning awards. This was done by our customers, major corporations that think we have the key solution to get into your home, to engage with you in energy, to make you care, and then provide you services that can help you in your life. We hope not just the energy providers will sell you this, provide you this, but also you can find it in any home in the future, just like a TV, a fridge. You can go to IKEA, get a home, install it, or when you build a house, it's already there. So if you like this idea, take a photo of my contacts. I will reply to all the emails and all your questions. We have 10 other groundbreaking ideas like this. Customers are asking, what do I do with excess energy? Where does it go? We provide monitoring solutions. We provide storage solutions. We combine it into an awesome integrated, automated solution for this. So we are opening an investment round. And if you are an investor, join us in this journey. If you don't have $1 million in your left pocket, most of us don't, you can still participate, own your very own energy, free energy for life, 250 euros, and I guarantee you, you will look like a genius installing it. Thank you. We have Beyond Energy.
Hey.
Thanks a lot.
Questions from the jury?
I thought I was good to go.
We have 10 of the top investors in Spain here in the jury, so.
Hi, this is Daniel from AI. You say that you are going to do the distribution through utilities, and I would like to know how is the deal with them, what is the agreement, And I think that in Spain, for example, you can't do that. I don't know if the regulation really allows these kind
Yes.
of businesses. Could you just give us some information about that?
So we follow our success. Our success is the local utility that we have in Portugal. They are providing, just last week they bought 500,000 of product from us. They are giving it to their customers and they are upselling like we are doing as well in the future with other products that the customers need to engage with energy. So this is the easiest access to market. You don't need a sales team. They can easily, from one company, reach millions of people. And we are replicating this model with now 10 other top utilities worldwide. The top utilities are now working with us, buying product from us, not just cooperating with us. They are seriously buying product from us and developing business models around it. And this is just one revenue stream. You can access the construction sector, which is opening up, not just in Europe, but also in California. The same law has been launched in California. New houses, renewable energy. We are right in the front line to supply it. So you can see it's a big opportunity, billions of euros.
We're out of
for the
time, so a
taking.
quick question here.
Yeah, I have a question. Do you know that you talk about security, and you know when you plug directly in your installation a solar panel, this is very dangerous for the installation because the equipment, security equipment which is in the house doesn't detect the deviation of the energy. How do you handle that?
Brilliant question. This is exactly the problem that we solved. So we are now the only company that can safely
And
plug
how
into any
do you
wall
solve
socket.
it? Because I have never.
I will be glad to spend to go through all the engineering with you. Drop me an email. I will be super glad to explain.
Okay, let's give him a big hand, everybody. Thank you. All right, real strong showing there from Portugal. Our next contestant actually won the Enlighted competition for EdTech. This company takes artificial intelligence and makes personalized education available in a large scale. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming from Israel and the United States, Sense.
Education is the foundation of all industries, but in order to make money out of it, it needs to become scalable. This is our passion. Computer science everywhere and STEM everywhere are worldwide movements. The world recognizes the need for more engineers and more computer scientists. But it cannot really happen. Education cannot really be scalable before we solve one crucial problem. And I'll give you an example from a Harvard University course, very popular, called CS50, with 100,000 students online. It's like a blockbuster movie. They have video lectures that are very popular. But education is not like entertainment. It's not one way. There are also assignments that needs to be done, and teachers need to give feedback on those assignments. And that is not scalable yet. Harvard and other schools understood that, and therefore created dedicated tracks, as you can see here at the right, where it costs additional money if you want your assignments to be graded and evaluated by human teaching fellows. However, they could not scale it to more than 200 students. And that's bad, because we cannot scale a process, we cannot scale education without scaling all its components. Therefore, we need to scale also feedback on open-ended assignments. This is what Sense does. We have unique AI that begins by taking all the answers to a certain assignment, translating it in a very unique way to virtual DNA sequences. Now, why? Because once we have DNA sequences, then we can use the science of genomics, which is the best one, in finding patterns that are meaningful and finding like species of solutions in this kind of heterogeneous data, like in nature. So actually, maybe you began with 1,000 submissions, but actually you have only 3 or 4 or 7 solution types. So all that is remaining to the teacher, to the human teacher, is to give evaluation and feedback per cluster and not one by one to each student. So if before Sense grading looked like that, tons of work, now it is organized into groups and patterns, and it is done in a scalable manner. For students, if getting feedback was something like that, like B, now feedback is very, very comprehensive and available 24/7 whenever you need help. And the questions are the same. Oh, sorry, what happened? Disappeared in the middle. technology, right? Okay. Okay. And the questions are the same, exactly the same, applicable to the current questions professor asked. So everyone benefits, students, instructors, and administrators. And that's a big, big market because assessment is needed worldwide. And you sense it's very unique, not like other workarounds like multiple choice questions or adaptive courseware. This solution is universal. We were part of Y Combinator. We are working with many universities in the United States and Israel. Now we are adding marquee customers and raising Series A. The company is led by experienced CEO. He was a senior vice president at Comcast. I bring the technology. I have a PhD in artificial intelligence, and I also was an adjunct lecturer, adjunct professor for artificial intelligence. Akiba was a dean, associate dean at Harvard. Now he works at Sense. Karen built fantastic products in the ad tech space. So we believe that now, with Sense, education just got deep. Education just got responsive, personal, 24/7, scalable. Well, education just got Sense. Thank you very much.
Questions?
We are in the field of questions. It's education.
I'm an educator, and when I have to give feedback, it's quite special for each of my students. I guess that in bioinformatics and this kind of science, I mean, you can do that, and you can maybe classify that. How many, let's say, assess like a successful feedback? Or how many of those have you achieved?
Successful feedback is measured by the three players in this ecosystem: students, professors, and administrators. For students, if they get more comprehensive feedback quicker and don't need to wait for 2 weeks until they get the feedback, that's a success. For educators, of course, if they need much less time to review tons of assignments, that's a success. And for administrators, when they have high quality education that is also scalable and they have no limitation, like what I showed in Harvard, to enroll as many students as they want, and of course they want tuition, so they have. So this is what we consider as a good feedback. How many what? Tens of thousands of them.
All right, last question quickly.
So to me, really good feedback needs to take into account the characteristics and personality of the student as well as the answer itself. So can you address that in any way?
Yes and no. First, no, because we say that we look at the core of education data. The core of education data is what students say, what students solve, how they think. No about demographics and about other characteristics that are more like static. We look at what they did now, how they solved this particular patient question. This is the core data, not the peripheral data. However, we do look at the evolution from assignment to assignment and see if people like that were in the same cluster because of feedback now are in different clusters, and therefore they show some progress. So this is the inter-assignment analysis that we tend to do.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Big hand. Okay, our next contestant is in the travel industry. This group is called Buy Hours, and they're a platform and app that offers hotel microstays in international packs of hours. So it's a hotel by the hour for business travelers and leisure travelers. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Buy Hours.
Hello, everybody. My name is Guillermo Gaspar. I am the CEO and founder of buyhours.com. I am the fourth generation of a hotel family business here in Spain. I've been involved in the hotel industry for all my professional life. A few years ago, I met my business partner and co-founder, Christian, and he wanted to make a really simple question to an hotelier. why the minimum stay in a hotel is 24 hours. I wasn't able to answer him. And we realized that in the world there were nobody, OTAs or hotel groups, offering this flexibility to the users and to the market. Sorry. What is By Hours? By Hours is the first and the unique OTA, hotel booking platform, that we allow users to decide the check-in time in a hotel during 24 hours. How many hours do you want to stay in a hotel? 3, 6, or 12 hours? And just pay for those hours. We are introducing the concept of the pay-per-use in the hotel industry. Nobody will argue me that we added value for users, but it's really important to respect, and I'm an hotelier, and the win-win in the hotel is really important. We offer to the hotel to improve the most important KPI, the RevPAR, the revenue per available room. That means that we offer to the hotel a new and an additional revenue for them. They are not reducing the price of the product, they are putting in the market a new one. Who books our microstays? Business people, travelers, families, hotels close to the main airports, close to the main train stations, in the city center, before a football match, early flights. Just close to a hotel, close to the hospital. A lot of different scenarios. What is the most important KPIs that we have? We have more than 3,000 hotels with a direct contract with us. 26 countries, all Europe, all Latin America, and Middle East. We have sold more than 1 million hours, and we have more than 200,000 unique users. Our most important KPIs in Spain, that we are profitable, is that we have a CAC of 6 euros, with an average order value, net average order value of 12, and with a lifetime value of 45. Business model, very simple. We charge a commission fee to the hotel and a booking fee for the user. And definitely, we are a tech company. We invested more than 2 million euros in our technology. We have a plan for the next 18 months plan. That's why we are in a fundraising process. We want to continue our expansion, and definitely we want to open the States, Asia. We need to be global. Right now, we are 48 people, all of us in Barcelona, and that's why we are in a fundraising process. I have 2 things in my mind. First of all, that sooner or later, all of you will become users of By Hours. Today, I book a hotel here in Madrid, 9 p.m., check-in, 9 a.m., check-out. 12 hours during the night. It makes sense for business trip. And the other thing is something that I don't really know. Who of you, like an investor, will benefit of investing in By Hours? Thank you very much.
So other companies have done similar things. Deus, I can think of straight away. For investors, one of the issues here is essentially, if you like, the reputational risk associated with selling hotel rooms by the hours. Do you have any way to address that?
Yes. First of all, the first question, there are other players that are offering some product that is similar, but it's day use during the day. They offer us a lot of time between 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. That doesn't matter if you stay 1 hour, 2 hours. It's just during the day. We offer full 24-hour check-in time, and it's more for this kind of business people. In terms of reputation, definitely, this is the sex perception. If you say to someone, okay, by the hours, classical joke, okay, this is for sex. No, this is for business people. At the beginning, it was more complicated. Right now, after 6 years, we are working with Accor, Intercontinental, Sheraton, NH, the most important hotel groups. We will never be close to this environment because we are thinking a long term, and that's why we are focused. Our strategic in terms of marketing is more for business people.
And how do you make your suppliers, so the hotels, adapt to your specific pay-per-use in terms of software? Do you need to integrate with all the changes that they need to do?
It's really simple. All the PMS, it's true that right now the PMS, because we are doing something completely new, that's why it's an innovation in the market, but it's really simple because they just need to create like a new room. Normally the hotels, they put it like By Hours room. It's like a new room in the inventory, and then they don't have any problem just to share with the market this new room. Or some hotels, they put it like a meeting room or whatever. But all the hotels right now, 3,000 hotels, no problem with that. They adapt the PMS to our inventory.
Okay, we're out of time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, our next contestant is in the area of smart mobility. This company is from the United Kingdom, and they're making roads smart. Join me in welcoming Valeran.
Roads, the largest infrastructure on Earth, is going through a data crisis. If you look at any other major infrastructure, you'll see, okay, I guess without this. You'll see they're able to get complete monitoring data cover from their asset. But in roads, we remain practically blind. Whilst things like oil and gas can get 100% monitoring data cover, in roads we only have 4%. This is despite a $70 billion traffic management industry. Now, this lack of data might seem like a fuzzy problem, but now it's working great. Might seem like a fuzzy problem, but 32% of accidents and fatalities could have been prevented. 20% of your hours spent in traffic could have been avoided, and years, if not decades, of delay in deployment of autonomous vehicle could have been saved if we had real-time operational data from our roads, but we don't. Now, the reason we don't is not because the technology is not available, but it's because our competitors are overly reliant on complex and expensive infrastructure that cannot be deployed at scale. And this is exactly what we solve. We've created the first end-to-end autonomous road management data solution that extracts data from every 10 meters of road and can be deployed seamlessly and less than 5% of the competition by replacing the common road stud with this smart IoT device. Now, this solar-powered, wirelessly communicating stud has a suite of sensors that allows it to send everything that happens in its vicinity. But this is only the first layer. This is our excuse, it's our platform to get into the road. Every 200 of these that sends everything that happens around them can communicate wirelessly with the Valoran gateway that shares this information either directly with vehicles or can send it through an uplink, cellular, or satellite to the cloud. There, our data can securely be shared with stakeholders or through our Valoran interface. Now, anything you put in the road today needs to also be available and work in the future. That's why already today our system is able to support autonomous vehicles in some of the areas they need it most. So, for example, we provide exact in-lane location in harsh weather conditions, helping vehicles connect and know the location of approaching non-connected vehicles, providing information about risks that are out of reach of their sensors, and helping them with data prevent cyber attacks. Now, this might seem like a pipe dream, but already today we have deployed, with revenue, our system in the largest motorways in the United States, in Israel, and I'm happy to also announce that we've recently signed a distribution agreement with SoftBank in Japan, great. And in 2 weeks we're going into the United Kingdom into the M1 motorway. Also, I'm happy to share that all this was done simply using a pre-seed round, and today we signed our seed round for $4 million. Making this happen as a team, an incredibly talented, equally committed, interdisciplinary family of traffic management experts, road operation managers, data scientists, and tech gurus. Together, we're making your journey safer, we're making autonomy easier, we're making roads smart. Thank you. Okay.
Questions?
Which do you think that are the key success factors in the smart mobility arena?
The key success factor, well, I'll look at how our clients look at it, the road operators. It talks about safety, it talks about efficiency, and it talks about costs. So if you can reduce the number of accidents, fatalities, if you can reduce the amount of time spent in traffic, and if you can lower the overall operational costs of assets and of the actual vehicles, then that's a success.
And what is the economic value proposition for the road operator?
So first of all, we save them about 1.5 million euros per mile while giving them 40 times more higher data resolution. That's first off just for the installation and deployment. Second of all, we provide them much higher data resolution, allowing them to identify risks and prevent accidents, and also better manage traffic flow. So if you're our first target market, toll roads, if you have heightened traffic flow, you have increased revenues. But also for national road operators, they also have their own KPIs, and if you can actually decrease fatalities, that's a huge win for them. And if you're a concessionary, if you can provide a technology that reduces fatalities by, let's say, 5%, and we're aiming at 25%, then that is a game changer when you come to actually bid for new roads.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next contestant is in the content and channel business. It's a startup called Tink from the Republic of Chile, and it's a referral automation system. They claim to quadruple the conversion rates for large companies. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Tink from Chile.
It's always great to start with music. Good afternoon, my name is Alexander Thijs. I'm the founder of Tink, Referral as a Service, white label solution to increase sales for large companies. I don't know a company in the world that is not interested in increasing sales. However, there are gazillions of tools, websites, and it gets confusing. What if I tell you that there are certain companies around the world, mainly tech companies, that increase sales with up to 4,000%? Most of the examples known are PayPal, Uber, Cabify, Airbnb, etc. This is an example of a large company that tried to build their in-house referral program, a company that is not tech-based. They spent thousands of hours invested in developing their program with an ROI of 0. This is their main competitor working with Tink. We implemented in less than 2 weeks and have conversion rate that quadrupled their existing ones. The average increase in digital sales after launching with Tink is 23%. The way it works, we embed our white label technology within our customers' digital systems. Through our know-how, expertise, and benchmarks, we then encourage social sharing and social referring. We then close sales. We are not a lead generator. We are measured by KPIs that are how many sales we close on behalf of our clients. Then finally, we measure it through our analytics, our dashboard, and optimize referral campaigns in order to have an always-on function. 73% of all sales that we generate are through instant messaging, mainly WhatsApp. And all international studies show that referrals are 7 times more relevant than any form of advertising in order to close sales. Here you see a couple of figures. We reduce customer acquisition cost, we increase net promoter score, and as I said before, we quadruple conversion rates on average. These are some of our amazing clients that are making our dream possible today around the world. And we're now focused on increasing our distribution network, mainly with media agencies, advertising agencies, consultancy firms, and different events around the globe. We launched 2 years ago, and we are now present in 6 countries. And the founding team, one is myself. I've been in referral automation for over 6 years with the first startup that I built before. My founding partner is Gert Findel. He's a serial entrepreneur as well. He currently has another company with 70 engineers. And since inception, 2 years ago, we won 10 innovation awards, the latest one being BBVA, where we're participating at their open talent sessions next week. So everyone from BBVA, I'll see you there. These are our growth figures. We're now growing 35% month on month. We broke even after year 1, and we have not received any external investment. We are completely bootstrapped. Why we're here today? We're calling on all corporations that are interested in increasing sales to talk to us so that we can work together. Thank you very much, Alexander Thijs. Questions?
Yolanda
I forgot.
Hi. Yolanda Perez from Banco Sabadell. Regarding your own sales, how long is your sales cycle, and how are you planning to scale the process?
How long is the sales cycle from inception?
From
launching a campaign?
No, from your own product.
From when we start working and then we start operating. Since we're working with large corporations, it normally depends more on your side than on our side. Yeah. We are ready in 3 days, but as they say in Spanish, las cosas de palacio van despacio. So it's more on the corporation side. We're ready to go immediately.
But how long is your sales cycle? How long can these corporations delay on this decision?
Since we launched the campaign until you receive the first results?
No, since you try to sell your SaaS to them, to sell your product to them.
Ah, okay. Since I first start talking to a lead until I then close the contract, right?
Exactly.
Again, that depends a little bit on each one of the cases. Sometimes it goes really fast, also with large corporations, especially if we have an interactive counterpart on the other side. Sometimes it takes a little longer. It's from between a week and a month.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks. Thank you.
All right, our next contestant is in the area of fintech. It's a French company. They're the first 100% digital, all-in-one and flexible insurance provider. Join me in welcoming Lovies.
Hi everybody. We have created the first comparison website for insurance products in Brazil. We know insurance intimately, and we know it is broken. The way you buy insurance has not really changed in the last 20 years. And that's why we are creating Lovies, the first 100% digital, all-in-one, and flexible insurance provider. Today, insurance is a collection of pain points. Purchase is painful. Long forms are still the norm. In many cases, you still have to deal with papers. Secondly, management is really complex. We all have this constellation of policies. We don't really know how much we are paying, which covers us, we have overlaps, we have loopholes on our protection, and lastly, when the moment of truth comes, we are always afraid of being caught in the small print. Let's meet Lovies. So basically, we started with a simple point of view. We needed to create something that would be simple, transparent, and personal. But what does this mean? This means that you need to be able to do things like one-click protection. So you add an item to our wallet, you swap, and you are protected. You can clearly see what is covered, what is not covered. But most important, we live in a moment that we no longer think in products. Let me give you an example. Do you say, I'm going to buy a CD, I'm going to buy a movie? No, we no longer think in basically products, we think in categories. We say for music, we have Spotify, for movies, we have Netflix, and for protection, you have Lovies. Your first all-in-one protection. So you can just add the things that you want to protect, and you pay a single monthly subscription for everything. It's clear. And lastly, when the moment of truth comes, for most things, you can have an instant claim and instant answer, because being clear on what you are protecting is really important. So simply put, we are transforming insurance from this manual, paper-based process to a fully digital experience, and very seamless. But the crazy thing is, insurance is a huge market. Simply put, the revenue pool in insurance is bigger than payments, investment, and lending combined. And this is not just a cute idea. We are live, and we are basically partnering with best-in-class insurance companies to give us their balance sheet capacity so that we can really be very fast on our roadmap. We can be very aggressive on deploying the products, and that's really what we are doing right now. We have a best-in-class team. This is not our first InsurTech setup. We are very familiar with the market. We are very intimate to the market, and that's why we are so keen on solving this problem. And we are also very proud to count on great investors and great institutions that are backing us up, like Techstars and Startup Sesame. If you want to be part of the revolution insurance, please come and talk with us. Thank you very much.
Questions?
Hi. You mentioned you partner with insurance companies to develop a joint product. Is that, how has the process been? And then it's been with just one insurance provider per kind of vertical, or is it it's been one too many, so with as many providers as possible?
Mm-hmm. So you can think of us, you can do a draw parallel on what is happening in InsurTech with FinTech. So N26 and Revolut, when they started, they were not banks. They rely on a bank to provide them with balance sheet. In insurance, it's very similar. So we are creating the products, and for us, it's really, really critical that your customer experience is like amazing, it's superb. So for us, we work very closely with partners so that they understand how we are looking at the risk, how we are basically limiting the fraud and all of those elements. And so basically, we are working with one partner for one type of risk.
Last question. All right, let's give him a big hand. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, we got 4 more to go here. This next one is in healthcare. Imagine if you could detect cancer in your blood. Early detection from your blood. It's amazing, but it seems to be true. A Spanish company. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Amadix.
My name is Rocio, CEO of Amadix, and I'm here to tell you a revolutionary way of diagnostics for the most common cause of death. We do very early detection of cancer in blood before symptoms to extend people's life. Let me give you an example. Audrey Hepburn, diagnosed at 63 years old with colon cancer after fecal bleeding. She was dead a year later. 10% was her probability of being cured, but she didn't make it. If she had been screened for early cancer detection, her probability of being cured would have been 90%. We work to have an impact on people's lives. Colofast is an innovative test for colon cancer detection before symptoms, awarded as a disruptive product by the European Commission with a 2.8 million euros grant. It detects polyps, precancerous polyps in blood, 8 to 10 years before the tumor is there, easily removed by colonoscopy. We work for detecting 3 devastating types of cancer. Imagine the future for people in the past affected by these types of cancer, pancreatic or lung, if these products were commercialized. We are aiming to big markets, Europe and the US, 200 million people affected or eligible for colon cancer screening. 70% of them do not get screened because current diagnostic methods are either invasive, like colonoscopy, or detect the cancer after symptoms. Colofast has better accuracy for detect the tumor earlier in a blood draw at a lower cost. It will be commercialized next year through partners in Europe, the US, and China. Our revenue model is based on reliable market research, and regulatory approval is coming soon for start selling in Europe. We'll meet with the FDA in January to start clinical studies there. We have been established alliances by our international, highly specialized team, some of them from Taiwan or New York, with an advisory board from San Francisco, Berlin, and Israel. And this is my last slide. Most cancer cases are diagnosed late. We believe we can change this. So let's do our best to diagnose our families and children, before the symptoms, to avoid them from having the tumor and the chemo. So let's extend people's lives through early cancer detection. Thank you very much.
All right, life-saving here. Questions?
So I assume this is an OTC product, over the counter. So are you selling directly to the patients?
Not really. Our idea is at the beginning start through a prescription by the primary care physicians or the gastroenterologist. So every healthy individual older than 50 years old should go to her or his physicians to perform a blood draw, a blood analysis, a routine one, to be screened for colon cancer.
Okay.
€200 or $200 is actually quite expensive for a screening test. I mean, if you go for a normal set of bloods, it's in Ireland €40, something like that. So, can you drive the cost down in order to make it a true mass screening product? And how frequently does the screening need to be repeated? 5 years or whatever?
Thanks for the question. Our cost of goods as of today is around €20 per analysis. We are working in decreasing this cost. We are looking at a US company called Exact Sciences, a $9 billion market cap. They're selling a competitor's a fecal test, lower accuracy for precancerous lesions, $500 of reimbursement by CMS. So we are thinking this could be a really good price, €200 for the US, and thinking in Europe, thinking in the cost savings thing, perhaps we will be able to sell around between 100 or 150, but we are offering really benefits. We are better than anything else in the market, so we do believe we can do it with €200.
Last question there? No? Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, 3 to go before we announce the winners. This next group is from Spain. Imagine if you could buy your car from home hassle-free. These people claim to be the Amazon for cars. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Click Cars.
Buying a car is the first or second biggest investment we do in our lives. And for many people, what should be a magical moment, it turns out to be untrustful or even uncomfortable, right? There's a survey that says that 30% of the people would rather go to the dentist than to a dealership. And we have nothing against dentists, but we want to change this, right? So in 2016, my partner and I quit our executive jobs in the US and France to come to Spain to launch Click Cars with a clear vision that buying a car should be as simple and enjoyable as driving it. So with Click Cars, and for the first time in Spain, you can buy or sell your car from home and hassle-free. We eliminate the need to go to a dealership through 2 pillars. The first one is digitalization, right? Because you can do everything from home, and you even get free home delivery of your car. And second, very important, through trust, because our cars pass the most complete inspection in the market. Second, they get reconditioned in a very unique factory that we'll talk later about it. And third, we offer a unique refund policy in the industry. 15 days or 1,000 kilometers. No questions asked. So luckily, numbers speak by themselves. In our first year, we made €5 million revenues, which is a record in Spain for any startup, 15 million in the second year, and today we keep growing double-digit every month, and we're at a run rate of 30 million. We sold 35 brands of cars, even a big yellow Hummer. We delivered in 50 cities, including in Portugal, France, and Morocco, and we have an outstanding team of 55 people. But even though we're proud of our numbers, right, but we're more proud of is that we achieved the very best customer experience in this untrustful market. We say we have three competitive advantages. One is our proprietary IT platform, which Peugeot Citroën, the group Peugeot Citroën worldwide, is exploring its use in their network. Second, a connected reconditioning factory based on Toyota production system and lean philosophy to maximize quality while reducing time and costs. And third, a unique digital store that we put in Barcelona without cars. So customers go there, they test drive cars, and they have a very, very nice and unique experience. We already made €7 million revenues in Barcelona. But we wanted to grow much faster, so we made an alliance with the #1 European reseller in Europe, Aramis Auto, also part of Peugeot Citroën, and we raised funds with Sealla Ventures, the investor also in Cabify, Spotahome, Globo, etc. Right? So in the same way that Amazon is revamping the retail stores or Tesla car manufacturing, we want to continue revamping the car dealership industry, €2 trillion market, and we have an ambitious goal of selling 10,000 cars in 2021. So we are 300 meters away from South Summit if you guys want to visit us. Thank you very much.
Just a quick question. Could you give me more information about the profile of the buyers? I don't know if this is a minority or if everyone is buying online. I don't know if I would do that. Could you tell us something about
Important information. More than 70% of the cars that we deliver, people do not see the car before buying it. So this move from 0 to 70 is really growing quite fast. Then in terms of average, it's around, well, we have the CMO there, but around 40 years old, 45 years old, 65% male. But what we see is that we offer digitalization and trust, right? Digitalization, like buying a car online, is something that is true, that is younger people. But trust, we have like 80-year-old people super happy of coming to us because of the reputation that we have online and all these warranties that we offer, right?
Any last question?
And in terms of the type of car that works best on that kind of resale, do you work on models and all kind of price points?
Mm-hmm. We focus, so our average price is 16,000 euros and average age is 2 years, right? To create the reputation that we have, we prefer to move to younger cars because the after-sales part is much simpler. And also because financing part is very, very important in this business. It's a very important profit chunk. And the younger the car, the higher the chances to finance the car and the higher the profits for us. So it's a matter of reputation and it's a matter of profit, which is very, very important part of this business.
All right, let's give them a good hand. Okay, 2 more to go here. This next company is in B2B services. They're an SAS that interconnects spreadsheets on the cloud. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming SheetGo from Spain.
Opa. I guess we're all having these troubles. All right. Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you for introducing me. How many of you use, I know we're tired now, it's the 10th presentation, but how many of you use spreadsheets here? That's pretty much everybody. And it's actually the most used software for business in the world. But who hasn't had trouble of really knowing what information is current, where the information came from, where did it go, where did we copy paste it from? In fact, this is not a problem just with everyday users. It has become a problem for companies losing billions and countries trillions by errors, by lack of efficiency. In fact, according to Forbes, it's the most dangerous software in the planet. You'd think SaaS, ERP, all the cool stuff that's been coming out all these years would replace this, but it's not. It's actually doubling every year, and it's here to stay. So we took a few steps back a few years ago, and I come from the software industry, and thought, how could we solve this? Should we replace this, which is unreplaceable? What we did instead is we figured a way to connect securely and reliably information between spreadsheets. It seems simple. It's peer-to-peer, encrypted information. We can use machine learning. We use a lot of advanced technologies. But at the end of the day, what it really does is allow people to automate their workflows. You can automate anything. So what we did a few years back is we launched this, and we allowed the world to tell us. We're in about 100 countries, and we just listened. And this year, that's all we did. We listened. We talked to all of our customers, all of our users. And we said, what do you do with this? And they told us everything, from holiday tracking, to student tracking, to inventory management, cash flow, anything you can think of. So what we've done is now, as of this quarter, we've started to actually implement on top of our product solutions. We have already clients around the world, from small clients to big clients. And we believe that this is going to continue growing. In fact, each client that comes to us, like a company, like in France, Air Liquide, will come, one will use it, then 17 will use it. Then what we found is that for every user that uses it, not just pays for it, we're a freemium, but that uses it, there's another 7 users that indirectly profit from SheetGo that they don't even know that we exist. So this market has been growing. We have partners like Google who have really been supporting us, and we have been funding. But our funding has been small. We are very capital efficient, and we believe that we can really tackle this market because unlike our competitors, we don't want to replace anything. We want to make what you already use better. We have great metrics, although our main metrics is our users. Our users, we recently did a survey, and 3/4 of our users could not live without us. We're an amazing team from great places, great lifestyle, great culture, but more than anything, great work ethic. Half of our compensation is stock options and variable based on KPIs of the company. Basically, what we want to do is hack your work. So we invite you to visit us, talk to me afterwards to have drinks. We're looking for problems, and we will solve them. We can solve problems. We're so scalable now that we can actually solve and create 5 solutions in half a day of a hackathon with our product. So thank you for listening to us.
Questions?
So hello,
Hi.
how are you selling your product?
I'm sorry?
How are you selling your product?
So far, we started as an add-on in the G Suite marketplace of Google, and we just put it out there, and people started to use us. And then what we started to do is create content. So we've been a great content creator, and so most of it is coming inbound, all of our acquisition. We don't have outbound yet. Our main challenge this year was to really understand what it is that we're going to bring to the big corporations. So what we want to do now next year is actually go out. We started to speaking to companies like we have. We actually launched this solution space yesterday, and we're having a lot of interest. I mean, we have a lot of big companies that are clients or that we're going to be doing things with.
Last question.
So this is definitely incredibly useful. But in the long term, it looks like something that becomes a feature rather than a standalone product. How do you prevent that?
Good question. When we started, first people thought I was crazy that we were going to do something innovative in spreadsheets. And we started as a small feature and add-on. This year, we worked very hard to take out all of our code outside of Google and make a standalone product. And we actually now multi-platform, and we can work with Microsoft Excel, CSV, or any other kind of platform. We're going to be doing a number of releases soon, and what we believe is that at the end of the day, what people need to do is be more efficient with their work and hack their work in the easiest way possible. So we believe that this is the most democratic way of doing it. We're actually now releasing solutions that don't only work with spreadsheets, but calendar, email, form, all integrated into one.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good. Okay, and now we come to our last participant. This one is about robots. It's about cybersecurity for robots. Did you know that robots are not safe? How many of you saw that video of the killer robots? Remember that video they saw that was like bees or something? They started killing people? Well, the reality is that robots are not safe. So these people are going to make robots safe. Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming from Spain, Alias Robotics.
Oops. Hi, good morning. My name is David Mayoral. I am the CEO and founder of Alias Robotics, which is a cybersecurity robotics firm that is focusing in creating the next generation of robot security. We are living in the era of robots. We see robots every day in our homes, cooking for us, cleaning, and even right now, driving for us. But also as well, we are living in the advanced manufacturing economy where robots are 24/7 working with us. But even in the healthcare, robots can save your life. But I have a bad news for all of you. Robots have not been designed even created to be secure. That's why we create the first robot immune system, a physical device that includes the latest artificial technology combined with an immunological approach that delivers a real-time threat prevention system. In the right, in red, we have our offensive security services. We offer a monthly report of vulnerabilities validated from our experts and tested in our own offices. The market of security is quite big, but we are focusing on two targets. The first one is the industrial one, and the second one is the professional one. But all of this wouldn't be possible without a great team, a team of more than 12 people that believe in our idea, that invest their own money because they believe in the vision that we have over here. I'm really happy to announce that we closed the first contract last month of 50,000 euros. So we can see in red our offensive security services, and in blue we can see our robot immune system product. So these are the milestones from February 2018. We bootstrapped the business from the founders and the team. We put more than 250,000 euros. We closed the first contract in less than 5 months, and that allowed us to close the seed round with the first customers and European fans. 2 weeks ago, we've been selected in the first European robotics accelerator, giving us access to first partnerships with multinationals and validating the traction in the market. So we are here today because we want to raise a Series A in 2019 of 3 million. We want to speed up the technology, and we want to put our products and services in the market. So 5 years ago, same team, same founders, we create our successful robotics business that we sold it to a multinational 2 years ago. So right now we need your support because we believe that the best way to predict the future is to invent it. So thank you very much.
Questions?
Hi, David. How are you doing?
Good.
One question, how many vulnerabilities has been discovered so far? Because you say that this is like an immune system, but how many problems has been discovered since then, and how many do you think will be discovered in the future?
Yeah, so our team, our offensive security team, are working really hard to, in the next month, launch the first map of robotics companies in more than 85 countries in order to show out the people how insecure are the robots, different manufacturers, different companies, that we can get access through the robots to seeing what the companies are doing, to seeing what the robot is looking, and even to change some parameters of the robots right now.
What makes you different? Because we have companies that are protecting critical installation, like a substation, nuclear power plants. What makes you different to protect a robot from another installation?
That's a really good question. Right now, there are different kind of cybersecurity companies. There are cybersecurities for IoT, for OT, for SCADA, for different kind of things. We are a cybersecurity robotics for robots. Because 5 years ago, we created a robotics business, so our expertise is being experts in this kind of field. The last company that we worked with was the Pentagon in the United States. So that's the kind of expertise that our people can bring in this market. So we are focusing in the collaborative robots, the new generation of robots that are installing in each single industry.
Any last question? Okay, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the last of the participants. The finalists, the winners, will be announced tomorrow in the closing ceremony. So you're all free to join us at a big party that's going to start very soon, right outside. Hay una gran fiesta, para los que no entienden inglés, que va a ocurrir de una manera muy española, con mucha marcha, muy, ¿cómo se dice? Brevemente, en muy poco tiempo. Muchas gracias.
It was a dinner wedding on the old phone with the well. You could see that the end truly loves a mademoiselle.